Everyone has right to live their life free from violence and abuse. Everyone has right to live in the safe, happy and independent India. That's what we are going to discuss today, that is protection of life and personal liberty, which is discussed in Article 21. Article 21 states that no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to a procedure established by law. This whole statement contains three important points. First, no person. Second, life or personal liberty. And third, procedure established by laws. First one is no person. As we already know, if it is written person, it means that article is applicable on both citizen and non-citizen. Second one is right to life or personal liberty. Supreme Court of India has described this right as the heart of fundamental rights. Everyone has right to life, liberty and the security of the person. The right to life is undoubtedly the most fundamental of all the rights, which includes all those aspects of life which makes a man's life meaningful, complete and worth living. So basically, it guarantees the right to a dignified life. But this article is not absolute. Why? Because in Article 21 it is clearly written, no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to a procedure established by law. Except according to a procedure established by law. Our third important point. This means if someone does something wrong, state has power to impose restriction and curtail right to life and personal liberty. Like according to the crime, the guilty can be jailed, passport can be seized, can be sentenced to death, etc. But if person's right to life and liberty is being taken by the state within the procedure established by law, then it should be just, fair and reasonable. In a very famous case of Menka Gandhi versus Union of India 1978, in which passport of Menka Gandhi was seized without giving any reason. Menka Gandhi filed a writ petition under Article 32 for violating her personal liberty. In the judgment of the same case, Supreme Court held that if a person's right to life and liberty is being taken away, then it should be just, fair and reasonable. And also mentioned that if a person's life and liberty is being taken away under Article 21, then it should also be seen that Article 14 and 19 is not getting violated. That's why Article 14, 19 and 21 is known as Golden Triangle of the Indian Constitution. Ever since the Constitution came into force till today, the Supreme Court has come across a lot of cases related to right to life and personal liberty of the people, in which the Supreme Court, while giving landmark judgments, has said that right to life and personal liberty has more angles of right, like right to live with human dignity, right to decent environment, right to livelihood, privacy, shelter, health, free education up to 14 years of age, right to free legal aid, speedy trial, right against inhuman treatment, delayed execution, custodial harassment, right to travel abroad, emergency medical treatment, right to information, reputation, right to sleep, electricity and many more. After getting all these rights, there comes another question, that do we have right to die too? Let's understand what Article 21 says about this. We can end our life as per our choice in two ways. First, suicide, and second, euthanasia. Suicide is an act of taking one's own life intentionally. So far, suicide was a punishable offence under Section 309 of IPC, but after the implementation of Mental Health Care Act of 2017, Section 309 is slightly restricted. Now, euthanasia is the practice of intentionally ending life of somebody without pain who wants to die because he or she is suffering from a disease that cannot be cured. Euthanasia is of two types. First, active euthanasia. Second, passive euthanasia. Active euthanasia is also known as positive euthanasia or aggressive euthanasia. Active euthanasia is a way of killing a patient by direct intervention, like by giving lethal dose of a drug or injection. Passive euthanasia is also known as negative euthanasia or non-aggressive euthanasia. Passive euthanasia is a way of killing a patient by not providing essentials or removing life support system like ventilator, oxygen, etc. Active euthanasia is illegal in India, but since March 2018, passive euthanasia is legal in India under strict guidelines. That's all about Article 21. In the next video, we will talk about Article 21A, that is right to education.